What's up, y'all? It's your boy Sean P back again. And we're back again with another edition of Hip Hop Roundtable Reviews. It's been a while. I've been caught up with a lot of other stuff. I really haven't been a chance to get to some reviews. And there's a lot of reviews that I want to do. I might even do like a little quick take review on some albums that I actually listened to in the last month. Because November was a very heavy month hip hop wise. So we'll get to that. But today we're going to talk about Nicki Minaj. We are going to talk about Pink Friday 2, which is a highly anticipated album on many levels, both in the female rap scope of things, given how big and popular female rap is, and also in the scope of real hip hop too. Nicki is one of the prominent figures from the 2010s, arguably the greatest female rap artist of all time. She's definitely had the biggest longevity, I'd say, of a rap artist. And there's a lot of controversy around her. A lot of controversy around Nicki, from really her actions, who she's getting at, who she's talking about with the sub disses and all of that, her pettiness, But she has a large fan base, a very loyal fan base, especially on social media. So we're going to talk about it. Pink Friday 2. And then we're going to talk about what it means really in her career. And I'm going to address some of the other underlying stuff that's been going on regarding her going back and forth with several female rappers and also several critics, right? So Pink Friday 2 was released a couple of weeks ago. Or was it last week? Last couple of weeks it dropped. Had amazing numbers. You know what I mean? Of course she's going to do numbers. It's Nicki Minaj. But I believe she did like 180,000 in the first week or something like that. Number one in how many different countries. But we know all the accolades with Nicki. So let's get to it. What did I like? What didn't I like? And we'll sum it up all in the end. So she started this kind of hard. I'm not going to stunt. I think the first song was really like a singing intro. I thought that was very unnecessary. But track number 2, 3, 4, all the way down to 5, she came out strong. These were her best bars records, I thought. Maybe one at the end or what have you. Definitely Fuck the Club Up and Beat. She definitely showed why she is a female MC. You know what I mean? She definitely flexed on those ones. I like Barbie Dangerous because even though it's kind of like the production is kind of all right. I don't like how they touch Notorious Thug. That's one of my favorite songs of all time. But still, it did it justice. But her flows on there were fire. You know what I mean? Her quick double time flow, I really was feeling that. So the first, Barbie Dangerous, Fuck the Club Up, Beat. And I would say Falling For You. I definitely was feeling those records. What else was on there that I liked? I kind of liked what was it? Where was I at here? I liked the Future collab. That was kind of dope. You know what I mean? Even though it's kind of like a song that has been made for, how many years. It's kind of like a redundant trap record, but I feel that. I definitely like that song. I think it was 12 was Big Difference. No, actually that wasn't one that I was really high on, but the Future record. I actually like the little alternative record that she did at the end, which is kind of like an alt pop record. The That was kind of dope, you know what I mean? And even the Blessing song was kind of cool at the end, you know what I mean? So I would say 19, 20, 21 were kind of like the songs that I was digging. Now, the rest of the album, what I didn't like on there and wasn't feeling. The J. Cole feature. I liked the feature by J. Cole. J. Cole killed it as usual. But the song just lacked energy to me. Like, I thought this is just a forgettable record. And it's a moment where J. Cole is arguably the king. I'm not going to say the king of hip hop, but he's number one in the rap game. I mean, of course, you could argue Drake, Kendrick Lamar, or whatever. But right now, J. Cole is killing it on every type of level feature-wise. The feature by J. Cole was fire, but the song was just, I could forget about it. You know what I mean? Also, I like R&B with Lil Wayne and Tate Go Bang. I like that, even though that's kind of like the Future record. It's kind of like a redundant kind of trap banger type of deal. But I like the feel for it. It's got a nice vibe to it or whatever. But what didn't I like? I thought the Cowgirl song with Lourdes was trash. It's just annoying. She got on her annoying stuff there. The song with Lil Uzi Vert, Everybody. Now, everybody's trying to get on this Jersey House wave because it's big on TikTok, and of course with Lil Uzi Vert, the popularity of I Wanna Rock. You know what I mean? Which really is a Jersey House record, not a hip hop record, but that's another debate for another day. Anyway, I thought it was a cheap attempt for Nicki to jump on a wave and jump on the TikTok wave. That's me. Now, I got not an argument, but a debate on my hip hop page about this with another group member. And I'll explain to him, I'll explain to you guys here on Roundtable why it's a weak record. It's weak from the standpoint of, if Nicki Minaj is an icon and the greatest female rapper of all time, you shouldn't be the one jumping on trends to stay relevant anymore. You shouldn't be the one jumping on Lil Uzi Vert's wave or the Jersey House wave to stay relevant. You're better than that. And that's why, even though the song may not be bad and may be big on TikTok, you're better than that. You're held to a higher standard. If you're the GOAT female MC, this is not a move a GOAT makes. Kendrick Lamar doesn't make this move. Nas doesn't make this move. Jay-Z doesn't make this move. Those are GOAT tier rappers. This is not GOAT shit. This is you trying to stay relevant. You know what I mean? And it's cheap. It just comes off as cheap to me, and I gotta just take it off. It's cheap. You're better than this if you're the female GOAT. You know what I mean? And then the other songs, really after that, Pink Friday Girl's trash. Super Freaky Girl, I never liked that song. Bomb Bomb, forget about it. Forgettable, you know what I mean? I liked how she flipped the Lumi D sample, but that song, it went on too long. It could have been better put together. You know what I mean? Now, I'll say this, with the bonus cuts that came on, I do like the Beat Beat remix with 50 Cent. That song's hard. But Beat Beat was one of the first songs that I liked originally, right? So I do like that song, but she's just got a whole mix of things where it's an album that's not put together well. It seems like she's trying to go from pop to Afro beats with the Drake record to some hard street cuts, some trap bangers, all that. It just seems like a jumbled playlist to me with no real cohesive organization. So I really don't think that it's really a standout project. But Nicki's been making this album for a decade now. And this is the reason why this album to me is really not a standout project. It's got some okay features. She just tries to do too much and it's too long. You know what I mean? It's just way too long in the end of the day. So it's like, you know, what are you really doing here? And for somebody who is, you know, of an icon status like Nicki, you got to be better than this at this point. I mean, do something different. Do something where you really tap into your emotions and you tap into, you know, a more. I don't mind the street cuts and the bars or whatever, but do something, you know, more noteworthy where you tap into female emotions. You know what I mean? You come with some more stories that can really exemplify you as an MC. You know what I mean? I mean, it's time for that, you know, but what I will say is she's not doing a lot of the young girl, like the P rap and the P talk and the talk about sexing and this and that, all of that. And she does come with braggadocio on her, which she's always done, but it's just hit or miss for me on this one. Overall, I gotta give it, I'll say a 6.5 out of 10. I'll be generous. I'll add in the 50 Cent remix. You know what I mean? I'll say that's 6.5 out of 10. Even though the other bonus cut with Monica and Keisha Cole was boring as hell. But I was just all over the place. It's at best mid to me. You know what I mean? To me, mid is like a 7 out of 10. You know what I mean? It's a little bit under that. This is a forgettable album to me. I'm not really big on it. Now, I'll address some of the other stuff that she's been doing here. First, let's address the shot she took supposedly at Cardi B and Meg, right? Like the whole I'm not Iggy, stay in your Tory lanes, blah, 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 all of that. This is my take on the female rap beef, the female rap you know, shots or whatever they're taking, whether it's Remy Ma or Nicki or Cardi or all of that. I honestly think that they do this on purpose just to stir up their base. Not to make a political analogy, but, you know, with certain presidential candidates, they do a whole lot of hype just to cater to their base. So it's like, yeah, we're talking about this girl indirectly, you know what I mean? Just to hype up our base that I'm number one. And now the Meg line, I think that was unnecessary. Like why are you taking a shot at Megan Thee Stallion? Like, what did she do? I mean, because you're mad that she did a record WAP with Cardi B that was bigger than Hot Girl Summer. Like, that's just real petty to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand that when Meg has paid homage to you, she's done records with you, like, and I don't get that. And see, this goes back to my overall feeling about Nicki Minaj. You're a 40-year-old woman, 40-year-old married woman with a child. You're a mother now, like all of that. You're a responsible woman. You should be carrying yourself better than doing petty beefs with chicks that are supposed to be, you know, you think you're better than. You're supposed to be the one they look up to and be the example setting, but you're still taking shots at them because they're doing records with other women. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't understand her whole vibe. I don't understand her whole deal whatsoever. You know what I mean? It just, it makes no sense whatsoever, what her whole vibe. And see, this is the reason why it's petty shit like this. And the next thing that I'm going to get to is why Nicki Minaj is not looked at as an iconic legend. You know what I mean? Is she the most successful female rapper of all time? Yes. But people will still choose Kim over her. People will still choose, Missy over her. You know what I mean? Or a Lauryn Hill from other eras, just because you do shit like this that's not becoming of a woman who is an icon. You know what I mean? Beyonce don't do petty shit like this. Rihanna don't do petty shit like this. You're begging for flowers. I always look at it like, if you're the best, you don't have to announce you're the best and say you're the best. You're known. You step in that room, everybody knows you are that king. You are that god. She's not like that. It's almost like you're begging for flowers, and you're going at these chicks that are supposedly looking up to you and still taking shots at them for what? I still don't get the whole Cardi deal. You know what I mean? Like, Cardi has one album, for crying out loud. Like, why are you worried? You know what I mean? Like, what's your deal? Like, and it's shit like this. It's like, you're 40 years old, woman. Grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. Like, and just make a cohesive, focused album that people really can call a classic. But see, when she's enabled by an online base, the Barbs or whatever, where they're going to jock everything she does, she has no room really to change. You know what I mean? Now, she's going back and forth with Elliott Wilson, who was a hip-hop writer that didn't like her album. A hip-hop critic that didn't really like her album or what she did. And he has a right to that. You know what I mean? He has a right to do that. But, I mean, to you to go to social media and bitch on the dude or whatever and say, oh, well, you only have that mouthpiece because you're aligned with Jay-Z and blah, blah, blah. That's weak. Come on. That's below Joe Budden type shit. You know what I mean? That's just below shit. So now you're arguing with critics, but you're supposed to be the GOAT of female MCs. This is your GOAT here. And you're arguing with hip-hop critics because they don't like your album when they're getting paid to give a review of your album. You know what I mean? And it's just her just petty shit just keeps her from having that respect of being the female GOAT, and why people choose other artists over her. Like, not for nothing, and I'm not a Cardi B fan, okay? But I will fuck with Cardi B's personality and vibe over Nicki's any day. You know what I mean? Cardi B has a fun personality. You know what I mean? She's actually witty. She comes with shit and she doesn't do real corny shit. Like, because, I heard a story about her sending goons up to Hot 97 or 105.1 to go beat up a DJ because they didn't play her record or some shit like that. That's weak, yo. That's lame as shit, dude. Like, she does so much lame, just corny shit. And in female hip hop, where it's a lot about your image and your vibe, that's just unbecoming, But back to Pink Friday 2, this is 6.5 out of 10. I feel I'm being a little bit generous. Really should be a 6. This is almost the female version of Drake's All for the Dogs. It really is. It's like she's doing juvenile shit. She's making the same album she's made for a decade, just like Drake. And she's just bragging on her sales as if, well, I'm number one in so many countries, so it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. So this really is, I think, a disappointing and forgettable album. But I don't know. You tell me. What do you feel? And yeah, Barbs, I'm talking to you. You got something to say about me, come for me. I'm here. I'm here for the smoke. But that's my take on Nicki Minaj and this album. She's been making this album since really Pink Friday 1. I think Pink Friday, the first one, was a well put together, well done album. That was her best. This, it's a knockoff. It's just a knockoff. It's not anything special. 6.5 out of 10. Weak to mid tier. I don't see it anywhere in anybody's top 10. unless you're a barb and you think anything she does on record is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I mean, if she belches on a record, it's anything. You know what I mean? So yeah, Pink Friday 2. You tell me what you think about the album. 6.5 out of 10. I'm gonna be back with. I'm gonna try and come back with some quick takes. Because there are a lot of some good albums that I did like. You know, from Lloyd Banks to Ross to a couple of other guys. I don't know if I talked about 38 Special, Conway Machine. I like those albums. Try and get something like that before our mid-year review, because we will be coming back with a top 10, top 5 rappers of this year, probably a top 10 list of albums of this year, and our who was overrated. That's probably going to be early January figure. So anyway, Pink Friday 2, 6.5 out of 10. Nicki Minaj, your thoughts on her music, her antics, you let me know. I will post this and you will see it on YouTube shortly. All right. With that, enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and I'll talk to y'all soon. All right. Peace.